Hey, I just want to go over what lead assignment rules are, how to use them, how to build one, and how to use it with a new lead. So basically, we're going to go into the setup here. So go to the drop down. We're going to go customize, leads, and assignment rules. So now there's one assignment rule in here named Mike. That's just because it used to only contain a rule for Mike. But now I added one for Renee in there also. So we'll click on Mike, and right now we can see that there's two levels of criteria. So, and this is basically for each lead form that we have. It ends up filtering that lead to the right person. So the newsletter sign up is always going to go to Renee. So when somebody checks the box on docpopcorn.com, it equals true, it'll get assigned to Renee. And it doesn't send an email out notifying us of a new lead. The second one is lead source equals DP location, Google, website, portal, Facebook, other, consultant, none, friend, which is every value that could possibly be in the drop down of lead source. And then if any of those are checked, it goes to Mike. So how this rule is built is you can hit edit, or we could create a new rule if we wanted a third level, which we may want to do at some point if we get a third lead web to lead form, or if we start doing stuff for construction or something like that, we want it to go to Woodfield or Rob. So it just depends as we start building Salesforce's infrastructure where we're going to go and what we're going to use it for. And these make it so we can, these rules make it so we can use multiple web to lead forms for multiple different things. So now we're going to go down here. We're going to see the sorter is 2. That's just because the first one I want to filter out those newsletter signups right away. The second step is says run this rule if the following criteria are met. The other thing you can do is formula evaluates to true. You have to just write a small formula. They're really powerful. You can do cool things with them. But we don't need to do that here because it's pretty much built in. So the next thing we do is field. So the fields come up, and what you see here is lead. That's actually the lead object. The second thing is lead source. So we're actually choosing the field of lead source inside the lead object. And then the operator equals. So here you can do any of these things. So if you wanted to say if it doesn't equal any of those things, don't go to Mike or whatever, you could do that. It'd be a backwards way of doing it, but you can do it. And then the values here, we can see that all of them come up. All we'd have to do is check them all. I already did that, so we don't have to do it again. It'll just be redundant. And the last part is user. And if the user, this is who we want it to go to, and we can click here and we could select the users in our organization. But we only have 2 users. One's Mike, one's Renee. So we're just going to send it to Mike. And then the email template that it sends out, this actually goes to the group of the people who need to be notified that there's a new lead. And you can choose the template here. And I just made one that just gives us basic, it just uses a little bit of a formula to say, hey, this is the lead, name, person, email, whatever that Mike wanted in that email. So the next thing I'm going to do is just click save. And that's basically how you create an assignment rule or a criteria inside of an assignment rule. And up here it says it's active. So if we wanted to change that, we could just uncheck it. We want to keep it on though, because that's basically what everything does here. So that's how you create basically an active assignment rule. And you can make as many assignment rules as you want. They work really well for when we're doing mass imports of leads. If you wanted to assign them to somebody besides Mike or Renee as our organization grows and as our Salesforce use grows. And we can get into that later. So the next thing is leads. So this is how you actually assign the lead when you're manually entering it. Because if you don't check this box, it's going to assume that you want to be the lead owner. So we're going to click new lead, and then down at the bottom it says assign using active assignment rule. and we want to check that, and that will automatically assign the lead to whoever it needs to go to. If that's not checked, though, it's going to assume that you're the lead owner. So if you're putting in stuff for Renee, it's going to end up being assigned to Renee. If you're signed in under her user account. If you're under Mike's, they would be assigned to Mike. So that's how you use assignment rules. That's how you build assignment rules in Salesforce.com.